Mayday, mayday. Please proceed for further information.
Cheers, hi. I'm Jez Bonham, the singer-songwriter, and I guess I released an album called Thoughts into Sounds, and I have a single out called Kansas. To describe my music in 3 words would probably be always changing, evolving. Because the next record is going to be different. Everything's going to be different. It's always changing. It's always evolving. It might be completely different. So it's hard to pin it down. The last record was singer-songwriter. So anyways, okay, let's get into this interview. I've been trying to figure this out because every time that someone asks me about my music, I try and pitch it. Or I'm supposed to pitch it, I guess, and I never really know what to say. Music's always so much about each person's personal taste. I guess what I would say about my music, for Thoughts into Sounds anyways, is to listen to it more than once. Sit down, be in a place where you can really listen. So if you're trying to listen to it when you're, with friends around or distractions, it's not nearly as effective. It was supposed to be, very much an album and songs about the lyrics, and a lot of times the feeling and the lyrics get lost when you have distractions. I'm not saying that it's not good to have it on in the background, but do that too. You'll enjoy it. But there seems to be an in-between, the background or when you're really listening. And turn that shit up too. It's much better loud. Okay, so how would I get them curious? Well, it's singer-songwriter, so it's kind of a throwback to, I guess, the genre and the era of music that I prefer. So, it's very much not at all what Top 40 is pumping out right now. But, it might never have been Top 40 music even back in the 90s or, the early 2000s or even before. It's always, it's maybe a few songs could be, but it's kind of folk singer-songwriter mixed with a little bit of hardness in a few songs, a little bit of softness, more soft than other songs. I don't know. A lot of personal experiences for me. My first song, Kansas, challenged me a lot because I was young. I think I released it I think you have it here actually, 2013. That's good journalistic integrity. That song kind of got hijacked from me by the production, not the production company, but the producer. He wanted to kind of turn it into a pop radio hit. And I always wanted to kind of keep it slower, more soulful. At the time, it was a horrible experience, and I was not happy with the song. I didn't play it. I didn't listen to it. I didn't play it live. I didn't listen to it. In the studio, it was awful, awful, awful time. There was no artistic integrity left in the song for me, but I can listen to it again, and now when I listen to it, I actually like it quite a bit. It's a good song. It's well produced, so they knew what they were doing. They were just trying to not let me do any of it, which is bullshit, and that's not going to happen anymore, because I learned from it, and I was so young at the time. Okay. And which of your songs hits you right in the feels, and why? It can be a different song on any given day. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Every song that I wrote is about me and about my personal experiences and a lot of the difficult times that I had and some of the good times that I had. So all 5 of the songs on Thoughts into Sounds. I guess I've got 6. Even Kansas can do it. You know, everything I write or have written so far is real and personal. So that's my answer to that. As you can see, I didn't think of write anything down or really read these questions in advance. I want it to be spontaneous. What I'm most proud of is probably the fact that I guess that I was able to release an album that I didn't let slip away from my thoughts of how it was going to sound. I really made sure that I was involved in every aspect of production with every single instrument that came in to play, which is a double-edged sword because I'm not nearly as experienced as producers and, you know, other musicians and things like that. But I had an idea and I was able to stick to it, so it was a good learning experience. And I was able to actually make the album, release it, get it produced, get it out there, do everything while I was going through such a difficult time, both mentally and physically. So that was a major accomplishment for me. Yeah, that was an easy one. That's the first easy question. From the song and the record, Special Haze of Grey, there's a big bridge in the song that's awesome. It speeds up. I'm actually gonna take my next music in that direction. Not all of it, but I like that speed. I like the energy behind it. I brought my dad and my brother into the studio with me, and that's me, my dad, my brother, and actually Jeff, the producer, all singing at the same time to get that awesome sound of there being, you know, a group song, I guess, a group lyrics to such important lyrics that are, you know, about striking back, I guess, in a relationship. So that was really cool to have my dad there and my brother there. That'll be a good memory forever. Maybe even do it again. Who knows? Very important. Mental health was something that I was trying to hide, and so many people try and hide. Or hide, not even try. They hide it very successfully, and you'd never know that these people are struggling. And the reason why that I want to talk about it and talked about it so much is because the more that I talked about it, the more I realized I felt better about it. The more that I was able to go out and do everyday things and accomplish things, because now I'm not living in the shadows, and I'm not living in fear, and I'm not an imposter, so I can tell people about it and they know about it, and now I don't have that constant burden of anxiety of trying to hide it. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it so much, and the reason why I wrote the song Mental Health, is, you know, an encouragement to anyone else struggling to do the same thing, because trust me, it will help a lot, because I know it helped me. I have a very hard time writing about my own family. Pretty much everything else I'll write about. I did. The big gap is partially because of the mental health issues, which really kind of started. Well, they'd been going on for a long time, but I never really realized what they were until after that. But what I did devote myself to is I actually wrote a script, and I really took script writing and writing movies and things like that, any kind of writing more seriously, because I don't just write music. I'll write anything. So it's a good script too, but I can't tell you about it just yet. I don't want to give anything away.
Mayday, mayday. Please proceed for further information.